Hi. I'm just going to sort of move forward here because I realize that I've told you the same thing over and over and over and over and over. So I guess everyone's familiar with all of that. So I just like to say hello, and I'll say goodbye at the end and maybe have a little personal reflection at the other end. So welcome to the channel if it's your first time here, and I will check in a few minutes. You often come together as couples, as two humans walking side by side like this. It is a chosen notion amongst your humanity at this time to pair off. There are many reasons for this other than reproducing the species. It's gone much beyond that now because that's certainly not the case. It is about this coupling up is about learning something that you have forgotten by spending a lot of time with someone who remembers. This is the coupling. The coupling is two humans who find each other and automatically recognize that you have something to learn from this human, and vice versa. So coupling in this time, in your place, is about this, learning from one another. It is not a traditional coupling at all. So what happens when this thing that you must learn from one another is learned? Then the other has their opportunity to learn also, you see. So when the learning is complete between both, one to the other and the other back, it is possible for you to then turn and find new humans to learn something from. In this way, you will always evolve, you see. The learning, the coupling, the learning, the leaving, the coupling, and the learning. And it goes on and on and on like this, you see. There are times when you decide to stay together as a couple even though you have learned everything, because it's comfortable to stay this way. You have also made a decision at this point not to learn a huge new lesson, that you've learned enough, that you're tired with life, whatever it is. It's usually something like this. You wish to stay put and feel at ease. This coupling is different. This coupling is one you're familiar with. It's one that you exist in the universe of love. It's ease and peace. And you have vast knowledge also. Because now you see you have learned something very, very important from the other human, and you have allowed them to learn something from you. So you have both evolved yourself in two different ways. One is by gathering information you've forgotten and learning a big lesson. Usually it's large. But also the allowing information to come from you, you become a channel of love, you see, for the other human being. And this is your highest evolution, you see, to allow love to flow into you and out of you. So although you come together thinking you're going to learn something, and you do, you learn something grander, which is you can be a channel of love for the universal knowledge. When you allow information to pass through you to others, you start to understand how valuable you are as a human being. Human beings, you see, allow messages to pass through them. This is done by a surrendering to a larger consciousness, you see, and showing up to be of service. I wish to be of service to larger mankind, so I may be used in this loving way. And in the meantime, you are filled with love as well. So the coupling, you see, has many different layers to it. And this channeling of love information, if you're able to stay open, goes on all of your days. Not just to your chosen mate, but to all those who the mate brings with them, all of those that are attracted to your energy. Your message gets carried out and out and out and out. Sometimes mates may trigger this, you see, this opening, this vulnerable opening and allowing of love energy to pass through. You will find you will sit in ease when you're in this place. You will have very little stress, you see, because you will understand at last that you're fulfilling your highest purpose, and the purpose you intended when you came into a human being, which was this. Allow love energy to pass into you and out of you to the others. It's all you've ever wanted to do since your first breath. There is much love here for you. Namaste. So that's the energy passing out of me. This is very interesting conversation about mates and being more allowing yourself to be used in a loving manner, sort of as a channel, much like I guess I do here. It is like this. So I allow myself, like I say yes, I will surrender to the universe, and I've come to trust that nothing awful is going to happen. So I let go and just step aside, and beautiful messages pass through. So I've always wanted to also be able to do that just myself for any human being, random human being that I met. That I would like to have messages that they need to hear, or they're asking the universe, please remind me, or please tell me this thing. So I'd like to be that kind of person that just shows up and just, checks in or allows it to come through me or whatever. Because that's the way I want to walk through the world, in that way. I kind of like the way they talked about the evolution of couples there, because sometimes it's like I'm watching a movie, so when they're talking and telling you the story, I'm like seeing it too. So it was like all these traditional kind of relationships, and now it's like there's many, many kinds of couples, and all come. This is touching, because they all come together because they find a mate that says, "Wow, you can challenge me. You can remind me of something I forgot." That's amazing that we can just find each other. So I found a challenger for sure. Both ways. So that's a great one. So I hope you have a good day today. Bye.